Hi, this is Stephen Bass, subject matter expert at IBM for ECM System Monitor. Today we're going to revisit automated actions, only cover some more advanced topics. I wanted to make sure that before you go off and start doing some of these automated actions yourself, you are better equipped to deal with the code itself, understanding the object model, how to do syntax checking, doing some error condition checking, and general functions of the WYSIWYG. So we'll get into some of that in detail. I'll be bringing up my VMware for the ECM System Monitor console, and we'll explore together. So now we're looking at the rules and tasks scripts console. I navigated to this from our window console navigation method. Notice rules and scripts administration is highlighted. And I've come down here and let's get into detail on this component manager status script itself. So we'll double click it, and this is the JavaScript that was generated for us by System Monitor. So we can see some of the variables that are available to us in terms of the object model, like the event.gets and event.puts. That's part of the object model. I'm actually doing this for debugging. So you can see I'm putting in some debug layer information that will actually come out in my script, as well as logging information. So this is another part of the object model, is logger.info. All the code that you see down here is actually all generated for us by System Monitor, by that store as task definition. And then I've added some conditional information that I'll get into a little further here to see whether or not we actually want to do execution of this code. But something I want to make you aware of is, as you make changes to JavaScript, we actually have the availability of a syntax checker here. So as I make changes, I can still make sure that I have well-formed JavaScript, and we see that in this case our syntax check has come back with an OK. Some of the other navigation interesting things here that you can do with the framework of System Monitor is we can actually hide and show standard entries or custom entries that are part of the rules and scripts. You can see some of the scripts that are actually here are native and intrinsic to the functioning of System Monitor. So if I want to see just the ones that I've done some custom coding for, I can hide the standard entries. And now we're just reduced to the actual entries that I've done my own coding for. And we'll go ahead and unhide those, and we get back all the other ones, but we can actually see how some of the functioning of System Monitor is going on behind the scenes by just pulling up one of these scripts and observing the code that's in it. This will give you a pretty good indication of what type of things are available to be done with the object model. Just by looking through some of these scripts, you can see the type of methodology that we're employing here. Let's go ahead and minimize those and show you a little bit more about the WYSIWYG here. So we can actually do the same functionality here by hiding standard entries. And if I, of course, hide custom entries, we'll end up with nothing. Or we can, of course, show them all. As we make changes, of course, we can do copies and pastes on these things, duplicate them, and copy and rename them to be other functions. And then we can apply changes to those, or, of course, discard them, duplicate them. Lots of different functionality here. Getting back to our component manager status script, I wanted to go back in and examine some of the scripting logic that I applied here. And don't misunderstand me. This is not a JavaScript lesson, if you will, but I did want to make sure that you are tuned into what well-formed JavaScript looks like. Of course, the most important thing is is having those little curly braces and pairs, paying close attention to your opening and closing parentheses. In any place where you have a double opening parenthesis, you of course want to have a double closing parenthesis. It always helps having your code indented. Again, not so much for well-formed, but just for well-read JavaScript. And in this particular situation, what I'm doing is I'm making sure that when my component manager task, automated task fires, I want to make sure that it is the result of the monitor failing and not of the script itself failing. So I have a little bit of logic here that's just making sure that the reason that I've come in here is not the result of a task result, which is just going to kick out of the entire stream here with a return event. But if it is the result of a monitor, we actually have the go ahead or the green light to go forward here. So I would encourage you again to use this type of methodology to start on your journey with automated actions, and I can provide this sample to you for the component manager script, and we can of course have other dialogue relative to how you can proceed with automated actions. And again, I can be reached at sbass@us.ibm.com, always here as your system monitor advocate, and look forward to hearing from you. Thank you.